Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the internet and welcome to my channel. It's me, Odio, and I'm here today to do a Christmas review for you. First one of the year, it's Red 1. Saw this in the theaters. Well, is it any good? Is it a Christmas miracle? Let's get into it. Alright, so Christmas is coming and Red 1 is here. There's going to be a whole slew of Christmas movies I'm sure coming out, and I'm going to be doing reviews of a whole bunch of them. Just to start this off, I'm extremely biased. I love Christmas. I wear Christmas suits. I have Christmas parties, and I'm a big Christmas guy, so I'm always excited when this time of the year comes around. And I was excited to check out Red 1, which is the new movie coming out for Christmas this year. It's like an action-adventure style thing, starring The Rock, Chris Evans, and Lucy Liu. Well, I mean, did it turn out great? Well, let's get into it. So as the movie gets started, we come in on Chris Evans as a kid. He's at his uncle's place for Christmas. The kind of guy he says can find anything or anyone. So he's finding their Christmas gifts and ruining Christmas for the other kids. What a jerk. He's on the naughty list. And I think from that day forward, I don't think he ever comes off it. They mentioned he's a level 4 naughty lister at one point. I don't know. Sounds bad though, but I don't know how many levels there are. So when we get done with that, we get the whole opening showing him doing that. Then it sort of cuts over to the future. Chris Evans kind of going down the road. He's sort of a scoundrel, stealing coffee, stealing newspapers, kind of being a general jerk. He has a kid that he doesn't really take care of. Oh my God, the kid is acted by, I think it's somebody Kimmel. He was in Mandalorian season 3. Awful. I don't like the kid actor at all. I don't think he did a good job. I didn't believe it. They're supposed to have the heartfelt moments, but I really wasn't buying it. But anyway, so Chris Evans, he makes his living as a ne'er-do-well, you know? I didn't really find he worked in this role because I don't think of Chris Evans as a ne'er-do-well kind of deadbeat dad, but here we go. That's what he is in this, and he's got a job he's taking care of. He's got to find something for someone. It also turns out that Chris Evans is like the wolf, and he's known for taking any job for money, and he can find anything. So he opens up, he's kind of doing this job. We don't know what it's all about, but turns out that his job is to locate something and give them the location. It ends up being Santa's workshop. Surprise, surprise! And that was probably not a good thing to do. So when he's doing that, we finally get our intro to Santa. You may be wondering, Odio, why'd you use air quotes? Isn't he Santa? Well, I mean, technically, he's wearing tight clothes. It's played by J.K. Simmons. He's in great shape. He's ripped. He's talking to some kids, kind of coming on his knee. The Rock, he's a member of ELF, which does not stand for, like, Friendly Little Christmas Elves. Yeah, it turns out The Rock is kind of like a bodyguard for ELF, enforcement, logistics, and fortification. I don't know. Who cares? It's some sort of organization, and he's kind of watching Santa. And they call Santa Red 1. I think that's where they kind of get the name for the movie. Terrible. It almost seems like they're guarding a president. So we're all the way to this point where Santa's like seeing kids on his knee, and then they take the sleigh and they go back to the North Pole. And I gotta say, CGI, top notch. These guys had money and they spent a lot of it. When you get to the North Pole, it looks awesome. Even him going in the sleigh with the big old reindeer, all the girls pulling it, looks awesome. The reindeer look cool. The sleigh looks great. The special effects when they're flying, super fantastic. Absolutely loved it. And it shows him going on back to the North Pole. And when he gets there, though, it's weird. Like Santa's like lifting weights, getting ripped. He's got The Rock like spotting him. I'm like, shouldn't he be eating cookies? Like, being fat, isn't this Santa? Mrs. Claus and the elves are there too. They don't really seem very cheery or elfy. I mean, they're there, but like nothing like, have you ever seen the Santa Claus with Tim Allen? Like when they get up to the North Pole, you see all these elves played by kids. They look timeless, but they look cheery, like little fun elves. These guys look like they work at a corporation. Half this movie feels like it was made like a corporation. So he's up there lifting weights, and The Rock says he's gonna retire and not do this anymore. Time to move on after 300 years. I don't know what the heck he is. He looks like a human. At one point he says he's not, so I guess he's not. So anyway, Santa gets abducted. There's a big thing that happens. Someone comes in and steals him. And I gotta say, the action scenes are really cool. They play them really serious. Like the person that made Fast and Furious did this, but the action scenes, they're fast. They're zippy. You get really good action. I like the fight scenes and stuff like that. They look good. They play good. They're very serious. And I mean, I'm already over a half hour in. Where's the Christmas music? For goodness sake, people. Like, this is a Christmas movie. Have some Christmas music. Where is it? It didn't feel Christmassy. So when they take Santa and they leave and they have to, like, go find Santa, I'm like, okay, maybe we're going to get some more Christmas tunes or something, but literally no. So Lucy Liu, who works for some other organization like the CIA or something, is helping Santa. She recognizes that Chris Evans is the one who has kind of ratted them out. She goes and finds him. And long story short, him and The Rock end up teaming up. And they have to go and save Christmas. And The Rock makes it a point to get Chris Evans to say, or the wolf, to say we're going to save Christmas. There's, like I said, there's a few jokes that kind of land in it. And they go on quite a few adventures. You get to see, like, Krampus. I hate it how they did Krampus. He's like this big burly guy with like horns in his castle. He's having a slap fight. Like, you know those slap championship things where they stand there and they slap each other and someone else slaps them until someone falls over? They're literally doing that. I don't know what this has to do with Christmas or Krampus or whatever, but that's what's going on. There seems to be like a bunch of ogres and monsters and whatever in there. And they figure out that, oh, well, Santa's been kidnapped by Grilla, who's some kind of an ice witch, and she has 8 ogre sons who can change shape. Yeah, you know, the old great Christmas tale about the ogres who are shape-shifting and the ice witch. What? Whatever. Those are the villains, so they're trying to find her. They go to Krampus. There's a lot of Krampus in this. In this, he's also Santa's adopted brother. What is going on? Like, it literally, like, so often in this movie, I'm like, who wrote this? It's like AI or something, like, and it's like every so often a fight scene happens or a joke. It just, I don't know, it really didn't work. It feels very soulless, even when you're getting going in this. But yeah, basically, The Rock and Chris Evans have to travel around having fight scenes and adventures and try to find and track down Santa with the help of Lucy Liu. By the time it all gets resolved, you get a pretty good ending. Again, the fight scenes are great, but there's no Christmas here. It doesn't feel very... I know they're going to get Santa, and like a lot of it's like, oh, Krampus, oh, look at this. They even have like a abominable snowman at one point. They have a big old fight scene with. Looks great. Like I said, the entirety of the movie, it looks really good. They obviously had good CGI. They obviously had a lot of money to put into this movie. It must have had a huge budget. But my God, it feels soulless. It just feels terrible. Like, it's like almost 2 hours long. I feel like I'm still in the theater. Like, there's no Christmas magic. There's no Christmas joy. Everything that would be magical that The Rock does, he's like, oh, I use this machine for that, or we monitor this on these monitors, or here's a tabulator to figure this out, or we've got robots to do that, or everything's electronic. Like, what? Where's the magical Christmas pattern? Where's the magic of Christmas? Where's the Christmas music? Why don't we have happy elves or anything? It doesn't have a very Christmas tone. It's a very corporate, soulless, sort of lifeless sort of thing. It's like the plain donut. I don't like plain donuts, but it's like it's fine. The action scenes are good. The story is actually pretty interesting. It doesn't feel like a heartfelt Christmas story, but it is interesting kind of seeing Chris Evans and Rock go off. They have to fight these ogres. You get a nice, great big CGI final fight. You get a good resolution to the story. I don't know. I really wasn't feeling it. But yeah, some parts in the movie, I just kind of felt like The Rock was Ant-Man, making himself bigger and smaller, and a lot of these fights just keep happening. And I know The Rock can't lose any fights, so like I heard something about he signs a contract like that. So his fights are even more boring to watch because they know he's going to win and the story is going to progress in some way. And like I said, we get to the end, it's okay. We do finally get Santa back, and he kind of goes around delivering presents and stuff at one point in the movie, but it's weird. He's like in great shape and muscly. He's wearing this tight thing. You're seeing him go through corridors and run down things, and he's just using a bigifier and making himself small and stuff. Man, it didn't feel magic, and it did not feel Christmas. It felt like an okay action movie, almost like they wrote a pretty good action movie, and they're like, how can we sell this? Let's put Christmas into it. What? But then they didn't take the time to have Christmas trees everywhere, have it be snowing. They're in Aruba for some of the movie. They're on the beach in Aruba. What are you doing? Like, you should have Christmas trees, snow. It didn't feel like Christmas at all. I know I've repeated myself saying that a bunch of times, but I was really disappointed by that. I wanted to like this movie. I like Christmas movies. It's got a lot of actors I like. It's got an interesting story. It's got good action, but yeah, just no heart. Honestly, I felt like there was no heart in this movie. Overall, I can say by the end of it, it's a pretty good adventure. You get some nice action scenes and stuff. The acting's okay. I mean, it feels a little bit wooden at times, but I mean, they can only read the lines that they're given. But there's no Christmas music. There's no jolliness. There's no happiness. It just doesn't have a timeless quality. I have no idea when this takes place, but their technology seems like it's almost beyond even what we have now, right? So overall, I think as a Christmas movie, it doesn't really work. It's okay as an action movie. I did like some of the action scenes, and I did find it a bit interesting, but overall, nah, kind of a stinker. I would probably give this one a 5 out of 10 on the odometer. Not something I'd recommend you go see. You know what? If it comes on the holidays and you see it on the channel, maybe check it out. You know what I mean? This is almost going to be like that option. You go to the theater, there's nothing else to see, so let's go see Red 1. Oh, it's got The Rock. It might be good. It's not really. It's not a train wreck. You're not going to watch this and walk out like, oh, I'm angry. This movie totally sucked. But I wasn't satisfied at all, and I couldn't recommend it for any of you guys to watch. I would not start off your Christmas with that. Check out something like Home Alone or something else instead to get the season going. But thanks so much for watching this far, guys. I really appreciate that. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Christmas video. And remember, everybody, stay out of trouble.